our gold is not in her. She's a diamond, I'm the rest.
Okay guys, I'm using my Canon lens, the 11 to 22 millimeter. It starts at f4 and goes up to 5.6. So I mean, this is a lighter lens compared to my Sigma 16mm at f1.4. I'm just testing how the lens look, and I don't have to stretch my arms too much. Pretty much everything is in view. A little bit kind of distorted, but other than that, it's pretty good. So right now we're recording at 30 frames per second at 1080p, and we're at f4. ISO is 100, and we're using the autofocus, the face tracking autofocus for the Nikon dual pixel autofocus. I'm just testing. I mean, I think this is good lens to use during the day, but when it becomes a little bit like low light, I think it's better to use the Sigma 60mm at f1.4. The 16mm is something like this. 1640. It's like this. This is a 16mm equivalent right here. And then you go all the way to 11, get a little bit more right there. Yep. Just get more stuff in the shot, in the frame. Okay. I think this is not too bad during the day. The f4 is not bad, especially when it's like really bright out and about when you're vlogging. It's actually nice, but once you go indoor, it becomes a problem because, you know, it's low light. Like right now, we're about to go inside, so now I have to bump up my ISO. Let me bump it up to 800, actually 1600, since we're inside. So there's a big difference. It's still kind of dark. Usually at this point you have to bump it up to 3200, but it affects the quality of the video. By then 3200 is just, I feel it's pushing it. So inside with the lights in here, 3200 is the ideal ISO to get some decent footage at low light. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much the only cons with this lens. Okay, right now I switched to the Sigma 60mm at f1.4. So we could just see the difference between this lens and the Canon 11 to 22mm. You see the separation between the subject and the background. That's what I was talking about. And at low light, right now I'm at 1080p at 30p frames per second, shutter speed at 1/60th, aperture f1.4, and I'm on auto ISO. You see the background separation with this lens. That's why I like this lens, but it's a little bit in the heavier side. But I mean, it's manageable compared to other lenses. It's foggy as hell right now. Probably have to work out a little bit more. Go back to the gym so I can hold this so I can hold this setup for a longer period of time. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty nice. I like that bokeh. I really prefer that better than the 11 to 22 millimeter. So this is better for low light and separation between your subject and the background. Especially when you're doing a vlogging, you just want people to focus on you most of the time. So yeah, I mean, if you guys can handle the weight of this lens, the Sigma 60mm, it's totally worth getting because of that subject to background separation, as you guys can see right now. But if you guys can't handle the weight of this lens, I suggest you guys should just either work out or just use the 11 to 22mm Canon. So that's about it for the comparison of these two lenses. So it's up to you guys what you guys prefer using. I prefer using this for low light and that bokeh effect. But the weight is really the downside for this lens. But I guess you can't really avoid that.